Hi, welcome to Nomad Trey's real life gear test video. Today I'm going to show you how we have kept our hands and feet dry and warm during our winter expedition. We are going to review the boots we used and the gloves we used. I want to mention the video is not sponsored by anyone. These boots you see, I have owned them for almost 8 years and I bought them second-hand. And these Hestra gloves are sent for free to us by Hestra, but I have had the similar gloves for almost 10 years. If you are going to do any kind of winter expedition with a bicycle, with the skis or whatever, you will find this video useful. One of the most important and crucial things we had on a bicycle was these pogies. Wind is one of the reasons makes your hand really cold. So this blocked the wind and that was absolutely stunning. These are very simple pogi. They are meant for a motorbike. They do not have really any insulation. They're just, this is almost waterproof. We cycled till minus 25 degrees Celsius and it was perfect. There's a better quality pogies with more insulation, so they can be even warmer. For our hands, we use the Hestra Army Leather Heli Ski 3-finger gloves. This is a very long name, so I had to read it from the phone. I'm really sorry for that. First of all, when you choose your gloves, remember, do not choose them too tight. In a winter, in order to keep your hand and your feet warm, one of the tricks is to trap basically air. You need to have a space for air. So if it's too tight and you have lots of wool, your hand definitely will get cold. I have used these gloves for I think maybe 10 years now and they're absolutely amazing. The outer fabric is almost waterproofish, but when you are in a minus 20 you don't have so much really water problem because everything is frozen. This part of it is made out of the soft leather, and you need to remember now and then you need to put a wax on it. This has a 3-finger. You can get these ones only in a mitten shape also, and also in a gloves. 5-finger gloves are really cold normally. They work till maybe minus 5 or minus 10, depends on your body and how the blood moves in your hands. Everyone is a little bit different. The warmest is the mitten, and after mitten is these 3-finger gloves. We choose this 3-finger because with this one we could grab, for example, camera or grab a brake, so it's really nice. When you have full mitten, it's a little bit difficult to grab things with them. The size I use, it's 11, and I have a maybe medium and a little bit bigger than medium hands. As you can see here, you can tie it. This one, this actually traps the air here, and that's really nice. Also doesn't let the snow to come in. But you have another feature here. You can pull this one, and then this one also blocks the snow. If it gets really cold, I take usually this finger out and I put it next to these ones. Then it is warmer, but then this one will be really cold and you really can't use it. You need to stick with this mitten part only. One feature in the gloves, it's really important for me. It is removable inner gloves. This feature is super handy because when you wear the gloves all the day, your hands of course is sweating, and then the inner gloves gets wet. When it's detachable, it's really easy to dry it. The second benefit is it's easy to wash it. When your insulation layer is dirty, it's not that warm anymore. When I'm having a long winter expedition and I know I do not have access to the warm place that often, I do carry an extra insulation and I do store it inside of my jacket so it stays warm. If it happens by any reason my hands gets cold, I have a warm and dry insulation layer. I can straight away put it on and my hands are warm. You really don't want to have frozen fingers in winter. That can put your life in a danger. I also do like this attachment in these gloves because when I need to use my bare hand, gloves is hanging from my hand and it doesn't go anywhere. So when I don't have this, then I have to put the gloves somewhere and if I put it on the ground, wind is going to take it or snow gonna to feel in, so that can be really annoying. But another small point, I would recommend to have your grip in a way which is you don't have this 90-degree angle in your wrist, because this blocks the blood movement. When the blood moves really well in your hands and your fingers, that is one of the key things keeps your hands warm. If the blood doesn't move properly in your hands will get cold straight away. The next tip is keep your hand here relaxed. Do not squeeze your hand's muscle. If you squeeze it, that will prevent your muscle gets like a tight, and that prevents the blood movement. The next one is, if it's really cold, keep your fingers now and then a little bit moving. You can just wiggle with your fingers inside of your mitten or gloves, and then that also helps the blood to move, and that also will help your hands to be warm. The next, let's talk about the feet. So we use the Nokia Nolly rubber boots. These are originally made for skiing, for winter skiing, and they have this feature for the ski bindings here and here, as you can see. But these are totally waterproof. They're made out of rubber, and they have a woolen inner boots which can come off, and that is absolutely amazing, because again, like your gloves, we can dry it. Also, it is woolen and it's really thick, so it keeps the feet warm. I have tried few other shoes and boots, but I came up to this conclusion: this is really the warmest, the most durable for the winter expedition. I really love it. They are definitely heavy. Each one is like a 1.5 kilogram, but after a couple of days of cycling, you get used to it. Another trick you can do for the boots to be warmer, you get cold usually a lot from the sole of the boots. So I put this extra inner sole inside, which this part of it's aluminium, and on top of it there is wool. So this helps quite a lot. So with the shoes also, you need to remember not to buy it too tight at all. You need to have a space in your feet. Obviously, these Nokia Nolly rubber boots, they do not really breathe, so your feet get sweaty inside. That really doesn't matter. You can take off these ones and dry the inner boots. But there's one trick here to keep these ones dry, and that is you can wear a plastic bag over your socks. So in that way, all the sweat stays inside of the plastic bag and stays inside of your socks, so it doesn't go here. But of course, you will have a totally wet socks, and in the evening you need to be able to dry those. If you have a teepee and a wood stove like what we have, so that's an easy job. In the evening you can make a fire and your shelter is totally warm. What about if you do not have a hot shelter as we do have? In that case, you have of course 2 pair of socks. What you do is, the socks which you have wear today and it is wet, next day you take and you put that one on your jacket's pocket close to your body. So next day when you ski or when you cycle, your body temperature dries your socks slowly by slowly, and that's the only way you can do that actually. As far as I am aware of, there is no any other way, but if you know any other way, please let me know. At the night, I never leave the inner boots inside of the boots, because if especially these are sweaty, they will get frozen, and in the morning it's really a difficult job to wear them and they will be super cold. I put these ones inside of the plastic bag if they are wet, and then I put them inside of the tent. So I put them usually under my head and I sleep. If you do not have a possibility to dry them, definitely put them around the plastic bag and take them inside, because you don't want to make your down sleeping bag wet. Another important point, do not put your trouser inside of the boots like how I did now, because when you walk around, if it snows, snow is gonna to go inside the boots. Also, if it even doesn't snow, there's a lot of snow on the trees or wherever, and if you dip inside of the snow, so from here snow will get in. You want to avoid that. It's important for winter trip, you buy that kind of trouser, you can pull it over your boots. Hope you find the video useful and you learned something new. If you have any other tips and tricks, let us know in a comment below. We would love to hear about those. And we are getting close to 100,000 people in our channel. I want to thank all of you for all of your support. This has been an amazing journey so far, and without you, it wouldn't be possible. As you know, me and Matilda, we both work full-time in our content, and the channel is supported by our Patreons and all of you out there. You can be a member of our Patreon, link is in the description below. Also, you can order a postcard and you can help us renewing our cameras and computers and rest of our electronic department, because most of those are broken down after 3 years being on the road. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. We do update those pretty frequently. Around here there's a link to our vlog and review video, also to our Patreon page. Remember to subscribe and put the notification bell on so you don't miss the next video. But most importantly, see you on the road. Much love.